Hey, what's up everyone? Hope you're doing alright. Welcome to my Blue Power Ranger build guide video here. So it's an Amazon. Um, Pretty self-explanatory why I call it the Blue Power Ranger. Look at the character. And it's a so-called Ice Son, Frost Maiden, Freezing Aura Amazon that goes by many names. And the name-giving item is a rune bird called Ice. Here in a matriarchal bow, because that's a very fast base, and it's all about elemental damage plus skills. And yeah, it's almost like a sorceress. If you read the rune word here, it has a on striking effect, a level 22 Frost Nova on striking, which is absolutely insane, and a level 18 Holy Freeze aura. So the AoE and the crowd control is really, really good. That's a very, very safe build. My other item here is a Nightwings to even increase the cold damage further. It only is a 5-4 facet. Feels bad, man. Need to find a better one here. My armor of choice is D2R Might. I have a little bit over 6,000 hours on this account, and I found this armor once. That's the rarest armor in the game, or one of the most rare items in general. And yeah, I found it with this very character in a T-zone. It's more for style points. Honestly, way better would be, I don't know, maybe a Chains of Honor or an Enigma, something with plus skills. Before this, fun fact, I had just a treasury for the attack speed. But yeah, look at the mods, man. 20 run walk. Damage to demons, sadly, does not work with elemental damage. I also put a 5-5 facet in here. Slain Monsters Rest in Peace mod is really, really cool. I hop in a Terror Zone in a second here. All res cannot be frozen under armor. That's neat. Sadly, I need a token because I have a Ravenfrost here that cannot be frozen here is obsolete. This should be a second SOJ, because that's the main way to scale up the damage. Just plus skills, as exactly as on a Cold Sorceress. The gloves here, pretty sums the build up, but those gloves are the build in a nutshell. 3 to bow and crossbow skills and 20 IS. To reach 100% pierce, I have a Razor Tail here. My amulet of choice is a High Lords because of plus skills and attack speed. Super important in this build are Silk Weave for the mana after each kill. I have a Cold Rupture here. And my remaining inventory are bow, Skiller Grand Charms, a torch, and any, of course, some random small charms to have at least a little bit of resistances. This doesn't matter at all. It's a Giga Glass Cannon. It shatters everything to ice cubes. With this setup, of course, this is not really that budget, right? I also have an Infinity on the Mercenary, but with this very setup, I'd say I feel no difference at all. If it's players 1 or players 6, there is no difference in kill speed. Players 8 takes a little bit longer, but this is so good for farming players 8. It just destroys everything. Show you the skill tree here after this. You see this? Boom, that's the range. And also with all this additional cold damage, minus 30 for resistances for the enemies, plus the conviction aura, all of a sudden this level 22 Frost Nova, it's like a truck. It's so insanely powerful. I actually hate the Amazon class. I absolutely despise the class, but that's the only Amazon I have on my entire account. It's the Slain Monsters Rest in Peace effect from D2R Might. Really, really cool. Yeah, and that's how it goes. Pretty much spamming this Frost Missile. It is insanely powerful. If you have the opportunity to try this with a hero editor on single player, whatever, and you turn up the difficulty to players 8, you will know what I mean. It's just insane. It's one of the most powerful. It's one of the most powerful builds, And also one of the most fun builds I have on my entire account. I made this build specifically just for Terror Zones, but nevertheless I killed even D-clones with it. I haven't tried Ubers, maybe I should do that. Yeah, crazy character for sure. Absolutely crazy damage. Maybe first question that comes to mind is, why not in a Grand Metron bow? Because the physical damage part doesn't matter at all. It's just about delivering this cold damage. And therefore I want the faster bow base, plain and simple. The build really shines in high dense areas. So therefore I jump into a cow level real quick. Maybe clear Trev on the way. I also have Immolation Aura here. That's more against bosses and single target for additional damage. Because they just stand in this fire then. But I very rarely use it. It's almost too easy for players 1. This feels like normal mode. That's it, Trev clear. Wait. What are you doing over there? Let's hop into a cow level real quick. Then you see the real power of this build and the AoE. A huge downside of this is the mana. I mean, there are mana potions in the game. You know, you can just click a mana potion now and then. But yeah, I'd say without the boots, this will be very, very difficult. Also, auras. I just got used to it that when I enter a new game, I just buy a new quiver, and or I have a backup quiver in the cube. Also possible. But in Resurrected it's increased anyways. I think in LOD they kept at 250, which was always a little bit awkward back in the day, but now it's 500. And 500 auras is a lot. You can farm for a while. Yeah, that's the blue Power Ranger. Awesome build. Absolutely love this Amazon build. The only Amazon build I ever enjoyed. Like, I don't like the multi-shot. Maybe I should try that. But yeah, usually I'm not a big fan of the Amazon class. But this, however, is insanely fun. It never gets old. It's such a satisfying build and playstyle. Just the coloring. Just the coloring itself. Also, it's in quotes it's only a level 18 Holy Freeze Aura. But I think that's pretty much the whole screen. Like, yeah, like this radius, 2/3 of the screen is like affected by this Holy Freeze Aura. Would be a super safe build on hardcore actually. But the rune rate costs a little bit. A Yar and a low rune, that's not cheap. That's not that cheap. Yeah, let me know what you think about this. I can only recommend this build if you have the currency laying around. I never tried this on a reset. I could imagine with the Amazon class set that would be viable as well. But yeah, this is more... It's a fun build. I think some people would consider this an off-meta build. It's a little bit too powerful in my opinion for off-meta. This is very good. But yeah, this is more a fun build if you have the currency laying around. You eventually would reroll something like this, you know what I mean? Just for this fun factor and for style points, actually. Yeah, there are many setups viable, of course. Oh, this was the Cow King. Okay. Couldn't even read the name. There are many setups viable with this, of course. Yeah, all you need is the bow. All you need is this bow. And maybe the helm. The helm helps, of course, as well. But other than that, this could be, as I mentioned at the beginning, a treasury just for the attack speed. I think before I traded for these gloves, which was not very easy because nobody picks up gloves like this. Most people are looking for 3-2 javelin skills and attack speed. Before that I was just wearing LOH, like those set gloves. The damage to demons doesn't even work, but just for 20 IS. That's pretty much it. There's skill tree here. I have 1 point into all of the passives here. And thanks to the belt, I have a 100% pierce chance. There's no point in having, yeah, this says 71 plus the belt. Like a little bit more, but there's no point in having more than 100%. You can't pierce more than 100%, you know what I mean? Other than that, yeah, I have the Valkyrie, why not? I also summon them until I have a blue one. You know what I mean? Just for fun. Come on, spawn a blue one. Spawn a blue one. Okay, it's a red one. There's a blue one. Just a fun setup. And here, the main tree, bow and crossbows. Freezing arrow. And it has 2 synergies, and I just maxed out all of them. The ice arrow is 3 length per level. Is that really necessary? I think on players 8 it's good to have. On players 1, I mean everything is one shot. Everything just shatters to ice cubes with 1 arrow. Other than that, I have a maxed out immolation aura. And I have a few more points into exploding aura, which is a damage synergy to it. Just in case I encounter like a real nasty elite pack, which is like, I don't even know, like magic immune and cold immune. If I feel the need for additional damage, I can stack up immolation auras. And this also ramps up really good the fire damage here, especially of course in combination with the conviction aura from the mercenary. I think this 1 point in guided aura is a little bit useless. But yeah, that's pretty straightforward. Freezing aura, maxing all the synergies. A few more into immolation aura. This is just my twist to it. I have no idea how people are playing this usually. As long as you have the freezing aura and the bow, I think it's considered a Ice Son or a Frost Maiden or yeah, something like this. Awesome build. For the stats here, attack rating actually doesn't matter because elemental damage deals its damage regardless of attack rating. You just deliver this frozen thingy, and most of the damage comes from the level 22 Frost Lower proc. But an absolute insane build, unlike a regular Amazon, I think. Yeah, let me know what you think about this. In my opinion, one of the most fun builds I have in my entire account, even though I actually despise the Amazon class. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Later!